at creating an environmental conscious population, educating you about some of the environmental challenges we face and the solutions towards them, and how to adapt and prevent some disasters that we face nowadays, like flood, like landslides that we always face. And on today's program, we are not only talking about the problems, we are featuring the solutions, we are featuring the torchbearers, we are featuring the trailblazers. And just before we do that, it's a rubric that whenever we come on here, we start first with telling you what is making news in and around the world, Cameroon inclusive. And today, we just want to focus more on the solutions, environmental news pertaining to the solutions, though. Even though we are talking about one person has died in Greece due to overheating, and in India, people too are having great challenges due to so much heat. People walking about with umbrellas. There is a dehydration in India due to overheating, and we're also having wildfires in some parts of the globe, while countries like Russia are still battling with floods. But despite all of these problems that we face in the globe today, and despite some of the problems that we face in Cameroon, like the floods in Boya, Douala, and Limbe, today we are featuring a solution. Starting first with the Eweyi Wona Mosumbe community in the Mukunda village right here in Boya. This is striking, this community is striking because they are trailblazing the aspect of community engagement towards fighting environmental problems. You will not believe that this community right here in Boya, they saw an association planting trees, the Association for Community Awareness SCOA was planting trees around the checkpoint neighborhood on World Environment Day, and the headquarter of this community, Sango Robert, saw this association and told them, please come to my community and plant trees there, because we are facing issues of overheating, we are facing issues of landslides and floods, and we're also affected by the flood of 18 March. So we want you to come down to our community and plant trees. And then a date was set, and last Monday, I think that was June 17, the Association for Community Awareness went to the community and they planted over 200 trees. And the community were the ones who planted the trees. The association merely told them and supervised on how to plant the trees, but they took it like a challenge and they planted over 200 trees there at the Eweyi Wona Mosume community in Boya. And if you're wondering where that community is, where we call New Road, right here in Boya, where towards from Campaign Street was a road that leads to Bitingi, or somewhat around Boya town. Of course, it is under the jurisdiction of Mukunda village, under the paramount chief of His Royal Highness Robert Isuka Endeli. Let's have interviews of these persons who are trying as much as possible to ensure that community is safe. We start first with the environmental head for the Association for Community Awareness, SCOA, a lady, beautiful lady, Ruth Njema. She will tell us about how these people met with them. And then we'll also have Mr. Ndifo, who is an advisor to the Traditional Council of Eweyi Wona Musume community. Let's listen to them.
I'm the head of environment for ASCOA, and on the World Environment Day, we decided to do a follow-up of our tree planting project from last year, which was planted from Checkpoint to Bitingi, coming up to Bokwai village. During that exercise, we came in contact with the head of this community, and they reached out to us and expressed a desire that their community seems to be in a precarious zone where there's a lot of landslide, and they could really benefit from tree planting exercise. So upon that contact, we exchanged some information and contact, and we met with this community for feasibility studies, and we saw that indeed it is important for us to come and educate them on tree planting and carry out the tree planting exercise alongside the community members. So we are here today in this community. The Traditional Council covers 3 villages here in the Boya Town jurisdiction, and we have planted not just trees for shade, but we have planted also fruit trees. We made sure to select species that are environmental friendly, species that are not poisonous, so that in case little children in the community happen to consume the leaves, we are not going to have any situation to handle with regards to health. Then, for the sustainability of this project, since they met us, we decided to do it alongside the community. They are here with us today. We have done a lot of planting. We've shown them how to do it. We told them how to select the sites where to plant and where not to plant. So there's a lot of work that has been done. We have planted over 400 trees that we have planted today in this community. I'm very, very grateful because they are passionate about it.
We have noticed that the heat is a bit hotter than before in the nights in this environment. And we also see that we have scarcity of water. All of this give us the idea that there is actually climate change, which is impacting us negatively. We believe with the planting of these trees, it will mitigate some of these negative impacts.
Okay.
Around us speak for themselves. You can see landslide. If you go ahead, you see it's a phenomenon in this area, which means even the trees, the root of the trees, they also prevent such occurrences of landslide. So I can say what the people are living and witnessing around the environment is enough. And then when these occurrences come, we talk to them that, look, these are the ways we can prevent this or reduce the impact.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
Welcome back. Hope the inhabitants of the Eweyi Wuna Mosumbe community inspires your own community to take actions towards fighting against climate change. They also engage in aspects as cleaning your community constantly through community works, putting signposts that prohibits people from dumping around carelessly, and it is so wonderful. There was a time when we used to organize community cleanups constantly. I don't know where that culture went to, but we can still adopt it and keep our community clean and safe away from environmental hazard. We move over now to our stars for today, the people whom our cameras shall be zooming in on. We are talking about the Eco Warriors that are with us right here in the studio. Who are the Eco Warriors? They are a group of students in Government High School Boyarowa Bokova, who are championing the cause of environmental advocacy through their environmental club, which is called the Eco Warriors, and they're doing marvelous works, and today we shall be featuring them. But just before we meet them in the studio, first let's see what they have been doing outside. We watch this news report, this video of the activities of the Eco Warriors, then we come back and meet them in the studio and talk to these beautiful kids.
Eco Warriors!
These are secondary school students of Government High School Bokova, Boya. They are championing the cause of environmental advocacy through an environmental club as they style themselves to be Eco Warriors. Eco Bella Therese is the president of the Eco Warriors Club.
We meet once a week, that's every Wednesday from 2 p.m. When we meet, we have to discuss on how to be able to carry this club, that's the Eco Warriors, to a global platform, because we don't just want to end in school, we want to carry it out there.
Through this club, they have been able to advocate for environmental preservation and policy change with various activities that they have organized.
We have learned how to be able to nurse tree plants, and also how to be able to bring out our vegetable garden. And also we had to distribute trash cans to be able to help our environment, because we believe that when the environment is in good shape, or when the environment is good, we are also in good health. If we damage the environment, then also our health will be damaged. There was a program we had in school, which was storytelling program, which we had to invite some of the notables and also Voice of Nature in collaboration with Eco Warriors in school year. It was really nice, as some of the notables had to tell us a lot about our community, and also the trees, and also even totems.
These kids under the banner of Eco Warriors are guided and mentored by the non-profit environmental institution Voice of Nature VONAD.
We are training them and putting them on the front lines of conservation actions, on the front line of climate actions. So the issue is we mentor them and they independently take the actions by themselves to grow the knowledge in them so that they can be able to transmit it in their community. And many of them may end up taking up career in the area of agriculture, climate action, species conservation as a result of this action.
As the world grapples with the urgent need for environmental conservation, the Eco Warriors serve as a shining example of the power of youth activism in community impact. They also prove that age is no barrier to making a difference in the fight against climate change and environmental degradation. And now let's roll the red carpet to receive our stars for today, the Eco Warriors, young champions, young environmental heroes and sheroes that are championing and crusading for environmental conservation. Ladies and gentlemen, the program you're watching right now is Nature's Corner right here over High Television. My name is Jabi Kitty. I am your host, and today we are meeting with these inspiring youths from our government high school, Boyar Bokova, and they start themselves to be Eco Warriors, and they have been engaged in several projects carrying out environmental advocacy at a very young age. And so I have three of them who are representing the whole group right here in the studio. And who do I start with? You know what we used to say when we were children? Tumbu tumbu boss kalabatika bele boss. I think I'll start first with the president right here, who goes by name Echo Bella Therese, a lower state student of the academic institution. Hello to you, Bella.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
You're doing all right?
Yes, ma'am.
How is the holiday treating you so far?
Wow, it's treating me really good. You can see I'm really...
You've added flesh. All right, and then I move over to my left and I meet Cindy Fossong, a Form 5 student of the academic institution. Hello to you, Cindy. How are you doing?
I'm good, madam. And you?
I'm doing all right. So it has been a few weeks from school. Have you missed engaging in some environmental projects that you guys used to do in school?
Yes.
All right, and we take on the last person we have with us, the only man amongst the women. We should call him a king. It's Presi Joe Dive, a Form 5 student of GHS Bokova. Hello to you.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you doing?
Fine.
All right, and now we have watched a video that gives us a sneak peek about the Eco Warriors. But then again, I'm sure our viewers may be itching to know more about this particular group of youngsters. And I will start first with you, the President, Bella. Tell us about the Eco Warriors. Who are the Eco Warriors? Somebody who has never met people before.
Well, good afternoon, viewers. I want to be talking about the Eco Warriors. The Eco Warrior is a group that was founded by an organization called Voice of Nature, and that is VONAD. It was brought to our school, that was last year, 2023-2024 academic year, precisely October. We have done a lot of projects because the group, more what we normally do in the group, it's all about environment. Like our slogan says, a better environment, a better tomorrow. So if our environment is good, then we know we have a bright future ahead of us. So the Eco Warrior is an environmental club that was created in GHS Boyar Royal, and that is what I have for you.
All right, a better environment, a better future. Now, what tickles my curiosity is the fact that why choose the environmental club? There are so many clubs in school that you could partake in. There is a journalism club, there is the health club. Let me go to you, king among the ladies. What pushed you? What motivated you towards joining the environmental club?
As a man, I've always liked nature. I've always loved animals, always loved nature. Like in my house, the station I mostly view is National Geography.
Oh. Because
I like animals and the ecosystem.
All right. So what have you learned from watching National Geography?
A lot of things, like there's different species of animals, different things, how people do a lot of things.
Can you give us one species?
We have lions.
Lions, aha. And then let me get to you, Cindy. I'm also tempted to ask you the same question. I'm looking at you, you're a fine girl with a fine voice. When I heard your voice, I thought to myself, is this girl reading news in front of the assembly? Because these are the people who usually read news in front of the assembly. So why did you not go for journalism club? Why go for an environmental club?
Someone like me, I love the environment. Yeah, I love like conserving the environment, keeping it safe, because I know if the environment is not safe, we are not safe. So I always like keeping the environment safe, and so learning more about the environment and the endangered species in our environment in order for it not to go extinct for our nearest generation to see. So that's why I joined the environmental club, to know more about our environment and how helpful our environment can be with us, and how I can also help the environment to be the way it is.
Oh, wow. That's very, very admirable. And we want to ask now, you guys have been operating for, I think, almost a year now. What are some of the projects that you can boast of as these young fighters in the Eco Warriors Club? What are some of the projects that you guys have been able to do to champion the cause of environmental advocacy?
Like we have 5 major projects that we have carried out in this academic year. We have the sensitization project, where we went about especially the Bunavada communities, because we know they are closer to the Mount Cameroon, and most, if we want to talk about endangered species, it's because most of them have been creeping into the mountain. That's why these species are being called endangered species, both animals and plants. So we had to sensitize the people about the endangered species, and we did that by giving out calendars for the year 2023-2024, so that they can be able to know the penalties that will be for any of them if they probably are caught with these species of animals, even dead or alive. Yes, so, and also we also did another project that was we did a garden that was a regenerative garden, where we had to use our liquid fertilizers that we learned, that's the organic fertilizers, to be able to implement it there. We actually used it as a base to be able to show people that truly we can live without artificial fertilizers, because the reason why the soil is no more fertile is because we have been able to use a lot of artificial fertilizers. But us using this organic fertilizer helps the soil to bring forth more yield, and also helps our environment. So I also want my other colleagues to also tell us some of the other.
See, me, I'm amazed the way she's talking about the issues of regenerative agriculture, helping the soils, organic fertilizers. Are you sure you should not do my job? Should we exchange roles? You want to come and sit here? Now, okay, let me hand it over. Your president says I should come back to you people. Who would want to highlight the other projects that you've carried out?
Talking about the calendars we distributed to the people around the Bonavada areas. In those calendars, there were the pictures of some endangered species of animals like the chimpanzee and the elephant. Yeah, so they were there, and their penalties were that if you're caught with any of these endangered species, dead or alive, half or full, you're going to pay a fine of 3 to 10 million and serve imprisonment of 1 to 3 years.
Okay.
And then we also did a micro project in school, which was all about storytelling about endangered species in the community.
Yeah, I saw that online.
Yeah. We invited the chief of Bunakanda, who came to our school and then taught us, spoke to us about many stories about the endangered species in our community. And then we also went ahead distributing trash cans to the nearby hospital, the nearby health center, and our school administration too. Because we have noticed that a lot of people have been littering dead around, maybe because they don't have trash cans. So we went around giving them trash cans in order for them to make sure they put their dead in the trash can, not to litter them around. Because when they litter it around, it causes soil infertility and it can cause damage in our society.
Presidio, you'd want to add something?
Yes. Another micro project we did was a cleanup campaign.
Okay.
And we did this cleanup campaign around the Central Market area, whereby we made like a cage or box to put where we put litters. And we did this because many people around, they just throw their dirt anyhow. They just litter all around. So doing this, we said, if we can do this, therefore, if others can say, if these kids can do this, why can't we do this? We did this to make a great change in our environment.
All right, speaking about a great change and people littering around, Cindy, you guys have carried out a number of projects, but what are some of the problems that you as young kids, you noticed in the community that you said, okay, we want to carry out this project because we feel like there is this problem? What problem has pushed people to go about these engagements?
Precisely the people living around the Bonavada area, which and there's a village there known as Bonakanda. That village, they are hunters there, so they go into the Cameroon areas and hunt the endangered species in the community. So when we found out this was happening in the area, we decided to we decided to do door-to-door sensitization to sensitize them about the endangered species and give them the calendar of the pictures of the endangered species so they shouldn't be lost about the endangered species. And then we also told them about the penalties, because some of them will be like they want to try and see what will happen. So we told them the penalty and we told them it's real. So they said, okay, fine, they won't go there again.
All right. Now, I'm curious, how do you guys come about enlisting this project? Let me hand it over to the president. How do you sit and come up with this project, or does the president just come one day and say, okay, guys, today we are going to clean Bokoba community? Or do you guys have some kind of meetings you hold, and how does it go?
Yes, we actually have a meeting. We have meeting days that we meet in school, and that is twice a week. A month rather. That's on Wednesday at 2 p.m. So because on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. that's club time, so we use that time to be able to talk to others and also encourage them to join us. And also want to be grateful because we wouldn't have been able to do this without the help of Voice of Nature. That's VONAT, because like we said from the beginning, they were the ones that were the pioneer leader of this great group. So they have been the ones coming up with projects, and also we coming up with those projects to also assist them. Because if they would have brought the cleanup campaign and we say no, we are not going for it, actually it wouldn't be a success. So we actually want to be grateful to them for this project, and also for they have always been there to encourage us. We really want to be grateful. Yes, before I forgot, we also left out a very wonderful measure project we carried out. That was the distribution of trees. We had to do a nursery of trees because we have discovered that our climate, the way the climate is changing, it's giving more harm to our system and our body, than good. So we decided to give out these plants, these trees to them. Each house, we decided to go to their house, to the communities, give to each house, and they were also very happy to be able to plant some of these trees. So we really want to be grateful.
I'm getting so much acquainted with them right here on so that I feel like I'm almost becoming an eco warrior. Just that I'm not a student, I would have joined already. But I think we can still say the slogan together. Am I part of you guys already?
Yes, you are.
I'm part, right?
Yes.
So let's go. How do you guys do it? Eco
Warriors.
Eco
Warriors.
Better environment.
Better tomorrow.
All right, amazing. Now I'm tempted to ask, how has the experience been personally? Like you as a kid, as a young person engaging in these. Forget the fact, okay, you've carried out trees, but how has the experience been for you on a personal note?
Wow, the experience has been so wonderful, so amazing. Yeah, I can really tell that because before that, I used to be a type of shy somebody that imagine you going to your elderly person trying to tell the person, no, if you kill this species of animal, it will go extinct, and the rest, you're trying to educate them. You see it, you enter a house, you see how the mother is and the father, and you're trying to no, I have to have the boldness to talk to these people. So it actually helped me to become bold. Yes, and also it also helped me to be able to learn a lot of things, because I discovered that through my experience or being a part of the Eco Warriors, this climate change that we just say, there's too much sun, there's too much sun, there's too much sun. It's because there is a climate change. And also it's because there's a lot of damage that we have done to our environment, that the environment now is now reacting back to us because we are the cause of it. So actually I learned a lot, and my experience has been so wonderful because, like you see now, I'm in the studio talking live. It's like so amazing. And also we're able to synthesize the people, and most of them gave their ears, though we're small, but we want to thank God. And also the FUNAT, that's Voice of Nature, for standing with. Thank you.
Who would believe that you were once shy? You told me I would not believe you. Now, I'm tempted to ask, how are your parents receiving it? You know, that they have your kids going about talking to people about environmental conservation or going to clean the gut. I know some parents will not accept that, but I want to find out from you people, how are your parents receiving this? Or maybe I start with you, Cindy.
Okay. My parents actually are like very happy, and they are proud to see their child so conscious about the environment and where they live. You understand? And then they are also very happy because the micro project we did, like distribution of calendars, sensitizing people about it, and the distribution of trees which we planted in front of their compounds. They were so pleased with it. Yeah, and they were very, very happy because they're like, thank God, at least there are some generations to come which are going to like save our environment and save our animals from going extinct. Yeah, so they were very happy. If it's for that one, they were very pleased.
Presidio, did your father or mother hit his or her chest and tell the neighbor, "I'm picking at the plant tree," or did he say, "Leave and enter the house"?
Like for instance, my mom, she's very happy. Like for instance, the day where we were doing the liquid fertilizer, she was like the first parent to come there.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
And I was there. Did I even see her?
Yeah, she was sitting in the front row.
Ah, that's nice. And so was she able to learn as well?
Yes.
Has she been practicing it?
Yes. Right now, like our vegetable garden is like really doing very well. We have harvested a lot.
Ah, you guys should use that vegetable garden, cook me lunch and invite me. Now, I want to ask, you have mentioned quite a bit of the changes, yeah, and you have a vegetable garden, but what progress have people been able to record? Like, what change have you noticed? Has your sensitization bore any fruit? Has your regenerative agriculture, has it brought about any change to your community?
Yes, it has really brought a lot of change, as many people are now aware that if they hunt some of these animals, the animals will go into extinct, and also they are also aware of the penalty. So that alone gives that fear in their hearts not to get themselves engaged in such hunting activities. And also it has also helped, like the waste bin we had to put in my school, and also the health center has also helped a lot, as many students now are conscious that when they get to the canteen, when they buy their foodstuff, they are able to eat, then throw the trash before they get into the classrooms. Because you need to see the classrooms. When you go in the morning, the classrooms will be like, oh, really dirty, but you see that with the distributions of this waste bin, at least the degree of debt has really increased. So that's an improvement. Like also when we had to clean the central market and also educate the parents, because we even the bottle bin that we put there for people to deposit their trash there, it has also been helpful as they are actually doing it. We have actually removed the first set. We had to give it out to these companies in charge of manufacturing recycling bottles to bring out manufactured goods. So we want to say that is a big process, a big progress we are doing.
All right, finding the success story right from the school milieu where they are based, really inspiring. But however inspiring your story is, I'm tempted to ask are there no challenges? Is it all rosy and sweet all through the year? Like, do you guys face any challenges when you go about these engagements, Cindy?
Yeah, we do. Like me, when we went to the Bonakanda village to distribute calendars. Yeah. When we went to the market, the women were there. Like, let me just say that they were like underlooking us because we were kids. So we're trying to explain it to them, like that they should not hunt endangered species, that it's very bad. But they were like, okay, some of them were conscious, they were like paying attention to us, but the others were just minimizing us, that after all we are kids, what can we,
What do you know?
So that was another challenge, to make them like know the reason why they should not do this. It was a really tough challenge for us too.
Pastor Joe, did you observe any challenge on your path?
Like, for instance, let's take the challenge shy. So many students are very shy to talk to their elders.
Yeah.
Because, for instance, before I entered this group, I saw that it was difficult. I was just imagining that, how can I really go and sit in front of an elder person and tell a person that what you are doing
is wrong.
Is wrong. So I really found it was really inspiring, and as I joined the group, I can now find myself talking to crowds. I can find myself being able to talk to my elders, and it's really amazing.
You see the importance of having extracurricular activities in school. The clubs are very important. That's why we beseech more and more schools to create more clubs, you know. It would be lovely to have almost every school in Boya have an environmental club. Government Balingo High School, Bukwango, has an environmental club. Bokovagoya has an environmental club. I don't know about the others, but it would be very glad, it would be very amazing to see that every school in Boya has an environmental club. And not just an environmental club, other clubs as well. The journalism club, the health club, the art club. It helps to build the skills of these children. Imagine these young kids now on TV and speaking as if they are the owners of this show. You cannot hijack my show. Now, Cindy, we're about to take on a jingle break, and unfortunately, I shall be letting you off. So before we let you go and take on this jingle break and bring in your coordinator, maybe you'd want to give out one word of advice to your peers or the community at large.
Actually, the word of advice I can give to my peers and community at large: distance is not a barrier. Even if you're far away from us, you're not too small to make a change. Where you are, as you're watching us live now, where you are, try as much as possible to try conserving, as in protecting your environment, because this environment means a lot to us, a lot. So where you are, try as much as possible to gather your own, to gather children. You guys should plant trees and sensitize people about these endangered species we've been talking about, like the chimpanzee, the elephant, and so on and so forth. Because the elephant, they usually hunt it, use its tusk as like a wine cup to drink. And it's not good because the elephants are going extinct already, and our future generations to come are not going to see them. So if you know all of this, why don't you help the environment? Why don't you sensitize people about it? And also, where you are, at least try searching and making organic liquid fertilizers, because these artificial fertilizers we do are not good for our health. Too much of it can cause soil infertility and can cause damage to our health. But if you try and make your own liquid fertilizers, at least it's not going to cause any damage, and it's still going to improve the soil fertility in our society. So I just want to advise the peers to look, even if you don't have any environmental club in your school, but watching us live now, at least you're not small, you can make a change in your society. Try as much as possible to try protecting your environment, like we've said.
All right, give it up for Cindy. And Cindy says you're not too small to make a difference, to make a change, to contribute towards environmental conservation. Whether you're 5 years old or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. And I want to add to what she's saying, and I want to add that you're not too big either to also contribute. You're not too old to contribute. Whatever you do at your small scale, it goes a long way to protect the environment. And if you think that single dead you're throwing just recklessly, it's just a single dead. But if everybody throws that single dead recklessly and carelessly, then that's how our environment gets polluted, and we find that heaps of garbage is almost everywhere in Boya. Thank you very much, Cindy, for being with us. And unfortunately, we shall be letting you off now, but we'll be discussing behind the scenes, hopefully. And I hope to host a program with you too one time. We'll take on a jingle break right now. When we come back, we shall also meet another person, the lady who has been coordinating these kids. What strength she must have to put together all these kids. We know how kids can be. We'll take on a jingle break and we come back. We still have the Eco Warriors with us right here in the studio, and you're on to the program Nature's Corner. And of course, we continue discussing with them why their coordinator warms up to meet us. Let me get back to you, Bella. I want to know personally from this experience, maybe apart from your public speaking skills, what have you learned throughout this program?
Well, I've learned a lot. Like, I get to meet someone that is really an inspiring. Like, you are really an inspiring to me. Seeing you, the way you talk, the way you do your stuff, like that's one of the things I'll be taking back home as I leave from here. And also, I've also learned a lot from my other colleagues, as they have rightly said. You are not too small to do that. Yes, you are not too small to move around with your friends. Just organize yourself. You can just move around. Say, today we are going to Woliko. We want to start picking up all the trash. You take your trash bin, walk around, you pick it. That's the way you are conserving your environment. That's the way when you see somebody throwing trash, you are like you are able to tell the person, please don't throw this trash because you are destroying the environment. Like the climate change that happened, we saw a lot of us were like, there's too much sun, we are being dehydrated, many fell ill. But if actually we can come together to be able to conserve this environment, I'm telling you, our environment will be a better place for us all to live in. Thank you.
Yes, Presi Joe, on your own part, what have you learned so far?
This experience has been like very wonderful. We have learned a lot of things throughout, like the trees. I never really knew that there was a tree called mahogany. Mm-hmm. But after this, now I know that there's a tree called mahogany and it's going extinct. And many people use this mahogany sticks, like they say it's firewood. It can catch very well. Mm-hmm. So many people, it's not good for you to use this wood because very soon you have to see in the next generation or the one after that, you see that none of these sticks will be there.
Yeah.
And many of our animals, because there's a bird in Cameroon that is only found in Cameroon. In the entire world, it's only in Cameroon. And if we hunt this bird, where will we find the bird again? It has already gone extinct. Amen.
Amen. Oh, President, you're making me giggle here on set. He says he has learned about mahogany, and of course, he has also learned about a bird species, which is a rare kind and found only in Cameroon. And of course, we have news that the coordinator is almost ready to meet us. We take on this jingle break, and we have our next. And the strong lady is here to tell us about her prowess in coordinating these kids. One thing I know about students is that coordinating them is one task, one hell of a task. When I was there at the school, when they were going about their regenerative agriculture, learning how to produce organic fertilizers, and I saw how those kids would make noise. Before you want to put them together, it's problematic. We say good words to teachers, but of course we also want to say another good words to one teacher who is here with us. She's not a trained teacher, but she has definitely shown that teaching can be in almost every field. Welcome on set, Delphine, who is a part of the Voice of Nature and has been training these kids. Welcome, Delphine.
Thank you very much.
I feel like I've not done justice to your introduction, so I'd want to give you the floor to properly introduce yourself.
All right, I am Kikishi Delphine Kinyoy. I'm the Species Conservation Program Coordinator of Voice of Nature. I I have no one running the projects with the children, with the Eco Warriors as a project manager, and it has been an excellent journey so far.
So how has it been like working with these kids?
The children have been amazing, as you can see. I'm sure you can see for yourself, they are amazing children. They are obedient, and it was not a challenge working with them. They are enthusiastic. They want to learn. They want to know. At one point, I have to go and learn a lot of things because like they will challenge you. So it has really been an amazing journey, teaching them and grooming the younger generation. I'm actually a teacher.
Okay, you're a teacher.
So
I
actually love teaching. So it's been a wonderful journey to groom these children to love environmental things, to be environmentally conscious about the environment, and it's been nothing short of excellent.
Okay, and so if you were to highlight one thing that you're most proud of that they have been able to do, what is that thing that you highlight to be the hallmark of all your projects?
That's a tough question. It's really hard. It's really hard because all the 5 micro projects we did were very good. With the donation of trash cans, the sensitization, moving door to door. I was practically with them in all of those projects. But one project that I can really put a mark on is the liquid fertilizer, organic liquid fertilizer training. One thing that stood out from that one was because after the training and the distribution of the fertilizer, some group of children that were really enthusiastic went back home not long after, was it like 1 week or 2 weeks after?
Yeah. And they produced theirs
themselves, yes, and produced theirs, and it was excellent. You needed to have seen the quality.
Is any member of that group here?
Yes, Cindy was one of the members. Cindy was one of the members.
Actually, Cindy will teach me how to do it.
You pay some money. But I wish I could bring all the Eco Warriors here for you to see them. They are actually doing well. The group was spectacular. The liquid fertilizer they did, the quality was it was even more than what we did. You can imagine. So that's one thing that stood out. If these children can learn and then practice it, then the impact has already been made. Then there is sustainability. We are rest assured. Voice of Nature is rest assured that this mentorship that we have started is going to continue, and we can then sit back and relax to know that there's an environmental group somewhere that is championing the earth and championing environmental sustainability.
But I'm a bit curious. There could be so many other things that you guys would have chosen to do. Why choose to work with? Because they are the Eco Warriors doing their own things independently, but you guys are the ones supervising them. Voice of Nature is the one that pushed for this environmental club to be created. What was the push behind it, and why did you choose that particular community?
Okay, thank you. We chose to work with these children and the environmental club in Bokova because we noticed that it's difficult. They always say that when a tree is grown, you cannot bend it. So imagine having to teach you, and it'll be very difficult to have to train you. So it's easier to work with children because they are still in the stage of learning.
They can easily adapt and adjust.
They can easily adapt. They can easily adjust. They can easily break them. You can easily prune them. That no, do like this, do like this. So we find pleasure. Voice of Nature in one of its areas find pleasure working with children, and we decided to go to an environment, to a school, and we chose Bokova. We decided to work with Bokova. This is not our first time working with Bokova. We started working in Bokova in 2021, where we carried some of the children to the Mount Cameroon area for the conservation of the endangered species in the Mount Cameroon area. And in 2023, so why not go back to them? And then not just take them and then show them and then having to look at some of the ways in which these endangered species are going endangered, but actually make a network of kids. A network of kids and a group, a club that can be sustained, that can work on their own, that can go forward even when we are not there. So that's why we decided to mentor them in creating this club, and then going forward.
The school year is over. The 2023-2024 school year is over, and questions may be lingering in the air. Has the future of the Eco Warriors ended as well with the end of the school year, or are there plans to also continue to push them, or we just allow them to continue what they're doing next year?
Yeah, the school year is ended, but their project still continues. I'm sure their vegetable garden is still there. and they still have their vegetable to harvest and then use it for whatever micro project they have to do. For now, what VONAD is, Voice of Nature is up to is just for mentorship. We are here to mentor them, to coach them, to monitor them, and to just sit like a proud father watching the child do what they can do. Because Eco Warriors is a brainchild of the Voice of Nature. So right now we can come in as resource persons when they have their projects. When they resume, I'm expecting the president and Cynthia is the Eco World ambassador. He's an enthusiastic learner. They have a whole leadership team together. They have a constitution. So we're expecting them to go forward from the skills they have learned, from everything they have gathered.
Okay.
We will sit and we can come as resource persons to help them.
And
they
just
need direction.
enjoy.
Yes, and just enjoy the show.
And let me get to our able Presido. Presido, what are the plans for next year? Has Eco Warriors died with the death of this school year?
No, Eco Warrior cannot die with the death of this school year, because we didn't just do it because we want it to die. We actually did it because we want to carry it to a next level. We want to carry it further. So some of the activities that we carried out last year, or this school year that just ended, we are hopefully and praying that we are able to carry out more of those activities. Like our vegetable farm, we are looking for a way to be able to expand the vegetable farm so that we can plant more of those vegetables. Like the one we did this year, we had just 2 species. We planted the bitter leaf and the huckleberry. So we are hoping that next year we are able to expand it and also plant more, so that those farmers will not only think that probably the organic liquid fertilizer we did can only go for vegetables, but we want a scenario that it can go for any other plant, be it plantain, be it banana, be it cocoyams, be it granite. So we're looking forward to it, that we're going to expand the farm. That's like you soon come and buy from us.
All right, then, very, very amazing. I was really hoping to maybe I'll receive an invitation for a next project you're carrying out. But if you say I'll come and buy from you, no problem, as long as you give me extra. And so let me get, there's a question that I've been wanting to ask all through. Somehow it eluded my mind. I want to ask, how have you people been able to manage the responsibilities of the Eco Warriors Club alongside your school responsibilities? Percy Joe, I feel like you're the best person to answer this question. You're an examination student, GCE from 5. How were you able to juggle between these 2 positions?
See, the Eco Warriors Club always starts at 2 a.m.
2 p.m.
2 p.m. Sorry. It always starts at 2 p.m. in the afternoon when all classes are over. And it always at the first and third Wednesdays, and sometimes at Saturdays.
Okay.
So it does not like affect any of our school time, and therefore making it easier for us to learn. And for instance, after we did the garden, like the regenerative garden, which had to do with agriculture. Right after that, we had entered the topic agriculture in geography. So it helped us to learn more, and it helped us to perform more in our studies.
So I should be expecting an A grade in geography.
Very good.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. We love to see what the kids are doing. We love to hear more from them. But time is against us. I want to quickly ask, Dolphin, VONAD has done a beautiful job with the Eco Warriors Club at GHS Boya Royal Bokova, so to speak. Are there plans of also instituting this in other schools to ensure that it is not only the Bokova community that is assured of sustainability, but other communities as well have this assurance that their kids will champion the cause in the future?
You got that right. We are not ending here. Voice of Nature is definitely not ending Boya Rural. We have plans of going and extending to other schools around the community. And even in other communities, not necessarily those who are going to school, we get to other communities like Voice of Nature had a project in Tico, in the Tico Mangrove, where we worked with community kids. They were not going to school, we just had community kids around. So we have as a vision to have an environmental club in every school in Boya, and why not extend to the whole of Southwest, so that they can be able to raise champions, environmental champions. and they can actually be warriors of the environment.
All right, we are wrapping up right now. We're slowly coming to the end of the program, Nature's Corner, and all through we have had the Eco Warriors with us. But just before we leave, I have one question I'm itching to ask. I saw somewhere that you guys were having an award ceremony.
Yes.
Who here won an award? Percy Joe, you won an award. Which award did you win?
The most enthusiastic learner.
The most enthusiastic learner. Not that you've learned about mahogany tree, you learned about bird species.
Yeah, he's very enthusiastic.
Bella, what award did you win?
I won the the gift of the president. Because it has really not been easy. I faced a lot of challenge in the school year, trying to manage my studies and also with the projects. It wasn't really easy. At times I will call, I will not be available. I'll be there. At times I come late. At times they go without me. So they really had to see into it. So for that reason, they had to give me a prize for at least not giving up. Because there are times I'll call out it's not going. Please look for another person. She'll be like, no, just keep up. And I'm happy that I kept it up, and today you can see me here. I'm happy.
And next year, right in advanced level, you keep it up even double. And did Cindy win an award?
Yes, she's the Eco Warrior ambassador.
Eco Warrior ambassador.
Yes, so we are expecting her to be an ambassador to push Eco Warriors.
And so I'm thinking of also having an award for myself. So what if next year I campaign for the president of Eco Warriors? I mean, I'm young to enroll in secondary school. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, dear viewers, very much for staying glued to High Television. Most importantly, staying glued to this program, Nature's Corner, right here on your TV screens, where we come every 3 to 4 p.m. And as your clock can tell you already, we are a few minutes away from 4 o'clock. And of course, we have to let our guest go and put a stop to today's edition of the program. But of course, just before we go, we also remind you that at the beginning of the program, we told you about a community in Mokunda village right here in Boya, around the New Road area, that is also championing environmental advocacy, of which they invited ASCOA, a local NGO, to come help them plant trees. It was such a rare gesture that we have seen, and of course we applaud the inhabitants of the Eweyi Wona Mosumbe community that are championing the cause of environmental advocacy using community participation in their area. And now also we talked all through about the Eco Warriors, who are also using their young talent and skills, their vibrant energy at a young age to crusade for environmental conservation. And just before they take leave of us now, I'd want them to briefly give their last words. Eco Bella, very brief please, your last words.
I just want to encourage each and every one of you watching us that you are not too small. You can take this nation to a global platform, and you can do that by conserving your environment, because the environment is looking up to us, this young generation. Thank you.
Okay, the environment is looking up to us, this young generation. Over to you, Percy Joe.
I'd like to also take this and say, you're not too old to learn. Because there's also a saying that says, you cannot teach the old dog new tricks. That's wrong, because you that you're old, you cannot say that me to come, you see me, I'm bending down to pick dirt. Because you hear that a lot. And you that you're young, let me use one of the words a woman told me, that he said, if the picking, you can see this child picking this dirty, why can I not come and clean this place? It's because I am small but mighty. You too can become small but mighty.
Percy Joe has dropped quotes. It's small but mighty. Amazing. Now let's give the crown to you, Dolphin. Last words from you before we take leave.
I would like to thank you, first of all, for having us here, for having the Eco Warriors and showcasing what they are doing. And to add my voice to all what they have said, you're not small, you're not too young to champion the environmental problems that are affecting us. You can see there are a lot of things affecting the global continent. And wherever you are, make a difference.
Wherever you are, make a difference. I'm making a difference in journalism, hosting an environmental program here every Thursday, 3 to 4 p.m. Sometimes I feel like I should not come. I feel tired. But I'm here making a difference. You can also make a difference no matter where you are. You can be that person that will tell your neighbor, do not litter carelessly. You can be that person that will tell your fellow farmer that please do not use synthetic fertilizers, use organic fertilizers. When we talk about synthetic fertilizers, talk about the ones that have too many chemicals. You can be the person to tell your fellow farmer, please use the organic fertilizer, some organic things that we produce. You can also be the next person to also tell your brother or your sister that there is climate change and we have to do something about it to solve it. And that is why we are also here to remind you every day to do that. We're here every day to remind you, to remind your brother, to remind your sister, your neighbor, that there is climate change, there are environmental problems that we need to solve, and of course, we all together as a community can solve some of these problems. My name is Jabi Kitty. I've been your humble host for the program Nature's Corner. Take the rendezvous again next week, Thursday, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. right here on High Television, and catch us as we talk about environmental issues. Again, the environment is not far from you. It is where your house is, it is where your school is, it is where your farm is, it is where the market is. We wish you a very pleasant day the rest of the day, and do well to stay tuned to High Television for other interesting programs. Bye-bye.